This Great Bay Community College library tutorial will provide you with an introduction to the library space and materials and will help you improve your research skills. Information about the library and links to all of our resources can be found in two places. The first place is on the Great Bay website. From the Great Bay home page, select Support Services. Then click Library. You can also navigate to greatbay.edu/library to get here. The other place is on Blackboard. If you are logged into Blackboard, click on the GBCC Library tab. Both the Blackboard tab and the Great Bay Library website display library hours, contact information, and links to all of the library's resources. You may prefer Blackboard if you are already logged in or if you know exactly where you're going. If you're new to the library, you'll want to use the Great Bay website, as our resources are more clearly labeled here and more help information is available. We'll be going through this site for the rest of the tutorial. The Great Bay Community College Library is your library. We want students, faculty, and staff to be able to use the library for research, group work, studying, or just meeting and connecting with each other. That means a few things. For one, this is not a quiet library. You are encouraged to have group meetings or discussions with others. Sometimes we even hold events in the space. However, if you're looking to study in a quiet environment, we have you covered. There are 2 designated quiet study rooms in the library. Shut the door and you shouldn't have a problem with noise. To make it even easier for you to work in groups, all the furniture in the library is easily movable. Some of the cushioned chairs even have handles. Lastly, food and drink is allowed everywhere in the library. In general, we just ask that you clean up after yourself, let us know if something has been spilled, and be respectful of others. The library has a computer lab available for use by students. You will need your student ID number to log in. Occasionally, a class will come into the library for a training and the lab will be closed. These closing times will be posted on the whiteboard outside the lab each day, and they are listed in advance on our website under Lab Calendar. When the lab is closed, you are welcome to use the lab upstairs in CAPS instead. In the library, you will also find a copy machine, which charges 10 cents a page. The library is only as good as its staff. All of the library employees are here to help you use our resources, so feel free to ask questions at the desk. In particular, the librarians are available to help you with finding and citing sources for your research papers and projects. There are a number of ways to ask us for help. These can be found on the library's home page on the left side. The hours listed here are for the fall and spring semesters. For holiday or summer hours, you will need to check the college hours. During library hours, if our office doors are open, we are happy to answer any questions you might have. We are also available by phone. If the library is closed, the best way to get in touch with a librarian is by email. The address here on the left goes directly to the director of our library. We just ask that you use your student email address. This ensures that your message won't be blocked by our spam filter and that we answer your email promptly. You may also make a one-on-one research appointment with a librarian. This is a great idea if you're stuck at any point in the research process. You will walk away from a research appointment with at least 1 or 2 sources that you can use, help citing these sources in APA or MLA format, and an idea of how to continue your research. A research appointment can be made in the library, over the phone, or by email, or by using one of the calendars here on the home page to schedule a time with a librarian. If you're just looking to learn more about the library's resources or get some tips for research, visit the Help section of our website. For each type of resource that we offer, such as ebooks, there is a guide and a video tutorial for each product. There are also some handy tips and tricks here. At Great Bay, you will probably be asked to write at least one paper in APA or MLA format. Each of these formats is a list of rules that help you show your reader where your information comes from. For a complete guide to APA and MLA citation, check out OWL. OWL, the online writing lab from Purdue, is a free, up-to-date resource which explains how to write and format a paper and cite your sources in APA or MLA style. This is the source the college recommends that you use when writing your paper. You can ask for help with citation from a librarian or by dropping into the Writing Center in CAPS, the Center for Academic Planning and Support. In addition to the resources offered by Great Bay, as a GBCC student, you also have access to other libraries in the state. This includes libraries in the Community College System of New Hampshire, or CCSNH, as well as state schools like Plymouth State and UNH. Books from CCSNH libraries can be requested and delivered to you at Great Bay. To check books out from UNH's Diamond Library, you will need to go to the library, show your Great Bay student ID, and sign up for an account. You are welcome to return any books you checked out from UNH back to us at Great Bay. We will get them back for you. Just make sure to let us know your due date. You can find out what materials are offered by UNH by searching their catalog. If you are looking for a book or article and cannot find it in our library, you are also welcome to fill out an interlibrary loan, or ILL, request for that material. We will try to find another library in the state that has that resource. Just go to the Help section of our website, select Request an Interlibrary Loan, and fill out the ILL request form. The library offers many types of resources and materials, including books, DVDs, audiobooks, newspapers, magazines, Nook e-readers, iPads, laptops, and video games for use in student life. We also offer access to electronic resources like ebooks, journal and magazine articles, maps, market research, and country guides. In order to check out our physical materials like books or laptops, you will need to have a library account. To get a library account, simply bring your GBCC student ID into the library along with your easy login username and password, the information that gets you into Blackboard or email. Once we've signed you up, your student ID will act as a library card. Books check out for 3 weeks. DVDs for 3 days. And both will cost you 25 cents per day if returned late. Nooks and laptops check out for 2 weeks, and the late fee for these is $10 per day. Newspapers and magazines can be read in the library. iPads can also be checked out and used in the library. These are great for research, group work, and taking notes. The library also offers course reserves. These are textbooks and other materials for current courses. We do not have every textbook for every class, but we do have some. These are also for use only in the library. We want to make sure they're available to all students. Course reserves are located behind the front desk. To check if the library has the materials for your class, please make sure to tell us the course number, for example, English 110, when you ask. Accessing the library's electronic resources, including ebooks, article databases, and more, does not require you to sign up for a library account. If you're off campus, you will simply need to log into Great Bay using your easy login, username, and password. If you have any problems doing so, please check Solutions for Off-Campus Library Access, which is linked at the bottom of each resource page. If you still cannot log in, you may need to set up or change your easy login information. For help, submit a ticket to the IT help desk at greatbay.edu/helpdesk. To see whether the library has a print book, you may search the library catalog. This is linked on the library homepage under Search the Library for Books and DVDs. You will notice here that you can search just Great Bay's collection of books, or you can look for books in other libraries in the community college system. As we mentioned before, you can request materials from these libraries and have them delivered to Great Bay. Searching in all libraries will show you everything that's available in the system. On the results screen, you will be able to see the library in which an item is located, the place where it's shelved, which will let you know what type of material it is, and the call number. In this system, we use Library of Congress to organize our books. This means our books are shelved in alphanumerical order. If you are locating a book on the shelf here at Great Bay, you will need to write down the call number and look for the letters first, then the numbers. Don't worry, our shelves are clearly labeled with call numbers and subjects. If you find something you would like from another library, click Request Hold on the left side of the page. This is where you will need a library account. If you have signed up for one at our desk, you can use your username and password here. A hold means you have asked for a book to be delivered to you at Great Bay. This can take up to 2 weeks. When the book arrives, we will call or email you and let you know you can pick it up. Feel free to let us know when you have requested an item so we can keep an eye out for it at reference@ccsnh.edu. Lastly, we ask that you do not place holds on items from Concord. Unfortunately, at this time, Concord does not loan items through the catalog. If you are looking for something that's only located at Concord, please let us know by email, phone, or in person, and we will arrange to borrow it for you. You can view your account to see what items you have checked out and if you owe any late fees. Remember, you need a library account to view this. The library also offers many electronic books. There are many advantages to using an ebook. All of these resources are accessible from off-campus, so you do not need to worry about coming into the library or returning books on time. It is much easier to find your topic within a book, as you can simply search the text. Lastly, we have many more ebook titles than we do print books in the library, so you are more likely to find a book or a chapter of a book on your topic here than on our shelves. Several of these resources allow you to read or browse an entire book on a subject, like eBrary or EBSCO ebooks. Others, such as Credo Reference, are great for reference. You can look up a subject and find a quick overview or summary, or even just a definition, just as you would in an encyclopedia or dictionary. Credo Reference is also a great alternative to Wikipedia. We also have ebook collections that cover the humanities, health, and art. Many of the library's electronic resources will provide a citation for you in APA or MLA format. Even in these cases, you should still be checking the citation against one of the guides in OWL to make sure the formatting is correct. In Credo reference, the citation is located at the bottom of an entry. In EBSCO eBooks, it is located to the right of the book. In eBrary, the citation has not been formatted. However, all of the information you need to create the citation, including author, title, and publisher, is located in the bottom right corner of the page when you are viewing a book. You will probably be required to find articles for an assignment here at Great Bay. This includes magazine and newspaper articles, but more often you'll be asked to find journal articles. Your instructor may ask for academic, scholarly, or peer-reviewed journal articles. The library's article databases are the best place to search for these. ProQuest and EBSCO both provide articles on many different topics. JSTOR is more specific to the social sciences and humanities and contains many historical documents. ScienceDirect covers the hard sciences, like physics, biology, and chemistry. Let's look at EBSCO as an example. Both EBSCO and ProQuest allow you to limit your search by subject or field. Here in EBSCO, you can choose to search one or more collections. Most of these are specific to a subject, health, for example, or business or environmental science. If you do not see a collection that relates to your topic, or you are just doing a quick search, you can select Academic Search Premier, which is easy to remember as it's the first one on the list. This is a general collection with many journals covering a wide range of subjects. When you search for a topic, you will see a list of results. These can be sorted and narrowed down on the left side of the page. You can narrow your results to scholarly articles, for example, or to full text. A scholarly article is one that is written by experts in the field. The author or authors will have an advanced degree in the field. He or she will be publishing his or her own research, study, or experimental data. A scholarly article is usually very in-depth or about a very specific topic. This is why you will often be required to find scholarly articles as sources for your research. A peer-reviewed article is a scholarly article published in a journal that takes the extra step of having its submissions reviewed by a panel of experts in the field. This panel, made up of the author's peers, approve articles for publication. A peer-reviewed article is, in a sense, the highest level of information you have access to. The databases, like EBSCO and ProQuest, allow you to easily narrow your search to just scholarly or peer-reviewed articles, ruling out any results that were published in newspapers or magazines. You can see this has narrowed our results quite a bit. The other important thing to remember about article databases like EBSCO and ProQuest is that not all your search results will be available full text. Some of the articles will be available to read right now in their entirety, while others will only show the abstract. The abstract is a summary or overview of an article. If the abstract is all you have access to, you may not quote or cite this article in your research. You need to be able to read the entire thing. In EBSCO, you can see a bar at the bottom of each result. This will tell you whether an article is full text or not. If you find an article you would like, and it's not available full text, you can check the library's other databases. Sometimes an article is not full text in EBSCO, but it is in ProQuest, or vice versa. If this doesn't work, you are welcome to request an article through interlibrary loan. Simply click the link and enter your name and email address. Once you submit, we will try to find another library that has a copy of the article, and we will send it to you by email. This can take up to 2 weeks, so make sure to plan ahead. You can also use the search box on the left to limit your results to just full-text articles. This can make your search quicker and easier. However, some journals have an embargo. A journal with an embargo will not allow full-text access to recent articles, from the past year, for example, or the past 6 months. For this reason, depending on your topic, if you limit your results to full text, you may not be able to see recent results. Just as with our ebook resources, the library's databases make it easier to cite your sources. In EBSCO, if you click on the title of an article, you will find a citation in APA or MLA format on the right. Just click Cite. ProQuest has many of the same options as EBSCO for searching and for narrowing your results. You can select full text, scholarly or peer-reviewed at the top of the page, or select other options on the right. When you click on an article title, you can find the citation at the top of the page. If you are looking for a specific article, the library's journal and ebook locator may be able to help. This is located at the bottom of the article's page. Simply enter the title of a journal and search. You will see which databases offer full-text access. From here, you can find the issue in which your article was published. The library offers many other electronic resources. These are found under the Other Resources tab. If you are writing an opinion or argumentative essay for an English class, both of the links under Current or Controversial Issues will be useful to you. They cover controversial topics and provide examples of arguments from both sides of an issue. If you have to give a presentation for a class, one of our video collections might help. Show one of the short clips available on many different topics and make things more interesting for your instructor and classmates. We also have resources that cover biology, geography, and business. Note that next to each library resource we have linked the PDF guide and video tutorial for help using that resource. It is usually a good idea to do research through the library resources. As we have shown, they make it easier to find credible, in-depth information on your topic and to cite that information. However, sometimes you'll be allowed to use websites as sources for your research. Finding sources online can be useful when you need statistics or press releases or information directly from a source like the government or a nonprofit organization. But you will need to be careful. Here are some things to consider when you are finding websites to use in your research. Currency. You should always check to see whether the information you are using is current or up to date. Look for a publication or a last updated date. For example, let's say we were researching legalization of marijuana and we came across this poll. This nice graphic shows that the percentage of people who favor legalization is increasing. However, at the top of the post you will see the date. This information was compiled in 2011. The chances are that a new poll has been conducted in the years since then. Authority. A website's authority refers to the author or organization behind the site. Who wrote this information? Do they have any education, experience, or credentials in the field? Did anyone review this information before it was published? Does the author cite his or her sources? Answering these questions will help you to find information from a credible author. In this example, we are looking at a blog post on the characters Rosencrantz and Guildenstern in Shakespeare's Hamlet. Reading this entry does not indicate whether the author is an expert in the field, say a literary scholar or a professor of English. However, when you click the About page, you will see that he is in fact a software engineer with a passion for Shakespeare. While this may be an interesting way to engage with Shakespeare, it's not a very credible source. Objectivity. The last thing you should try to determine is whether the information you're using is objective or unbiased. Taking a look at the author or organization should give you a clue. Do they have a stake in this issue? Do they lean toward a particular side of the political spectrum? Would convincing you of a particular view help them make money? To be safe, don't use websites or any other sources that seem biased to you. For example, if you were doing research on the Ford Motor Company, you might happen across the News Center on their corporate page. The news covered here will probably make the company look good. Charity auctions, increased sales, or new innovations. It won't mention scandals, product defects, or any negative news items. You might be better off searching newspapers or company reports compiled by a third party for objective information. A handy tool for searching for more credible websites is Google's Advanced Search. This lets you do many things, one of which is to look only for websites with a particular domain name. To do this, begin your search in Google. Once you're on a results page, scroll to the bottom and select Advanced Search. We are looking for the option Site or Domain. You may decide to look for information from the U.S. government, in which case you would enter the domain name .gov. Now all our results are from government sites. Other options include .org for a nonprofit or .edu for a college or university site. Thank you for watching this library tutorial. Feel free to ask questions by email, phone, or in person.